But look at verse 8 there again. That word garbage. If you got your Bible or even on the paper and you want to write this in your Bible later or on your iPad or phone, circle the word, highlight the word garbage in there. Again, in the NRSV, it's rubbish, and it's a great word. This is where sometimes knowing Greek or Hebrew or having some access to that, like the English words just don't match up, right? And sometimes what we choose or what translators choose to use for words isn't always an exact representation or definition, and sometimes it gets sanitized and clean. Let me tell you, the Bible is not as sanitized as you think it is when you read the original languages in there. It's quite scandalous at times. And so it says here that word garbage is the Greek word skubala. Say skubala for me. It's a fun word, isn't it? Skubala. It's almost like the Lion King, Mufasa. Woo! Say it again, Mufasa. Yeah, I love that part. It's my favorite part of Lion King. Skubala, say it again. So it's the word skubala, and skubala can mean garbage, but in the Greek it carries a stronger connotation to mean excrement, dung. In fact, if we weren't in church and there weren't some little kids here like Toby, or some others, like it carries a much stronger connotation, and you know those words for excrement that I'm thinking about. My degree, my doctoral program, my status as Pharisee, everything that is on there. Paul says his heritage, his education, his status, his wealth, all of that is nothing but a steaming pile of skubala compared to the worth of knowing Christ. That's powerful. Paul was one of the most successful people in Israel at this time. He was an up-and-comer in the school, the Pharisaical schools, and a leader in there before he encountered Christ. He says all of that is a steaming pile of skubala compared to knowing Christ. He counted the cost. It's a value cost. It's a value cost analysis here, right? He has looked at the value of what he has compared to the value of knowing Jesus or the cost of knowing Jesus and said, I will take Jesus over everything else. Give me Jesus here. The question we have to think about, though, when we come to this is, how do those things in our own mind stack up to the knowledge of knowing Jesus, as Paul says? The question is whether will we count the cost of discipleship where following, obeying Jesus is more important to us than the things of the world? Are we willing to let go? To surrender all things, to go back to the gospel account?